Good morning. I'll try to keep this one short and start your day off right. Today, I want to talk about forgiveness. One of the hardest things to do is forgive, and I just had a recent experience where, I had to humble myself. So, I had 2 weeks trying to fix what happened, couldn't explain a miracle. And you know, it was a fight with me and my wife, and you know, as I was going through it at the clinic, I just the whole time like I had fun, but going to sleep, it was like the whole time I'm like, I don't know. I think this is it. I think this is it. You know, I don't know how I'm gonna get home and forget what happened. Like, I feel like this is the worst time of my life, you know, trying to get someone to listen to my story, it was hard. I was calling, and it was, she didn't want to hear my side. She was just like, you need to get help, you need to get checked. And I had refused for, I was like, I'm not going, I'm not going until you listen to me. And so I got home on Wednesday, and I was like, I just thought like, I don't know how I'm gonna fix this. So I said, "You ready to listen to my side?" And yeah, I said my side, she said her side, and then we both was like, "Well, I don't know, maybe this is it." And you know, we just, you know, said it aggressively too, like, I think this is it. Just forget it. So she goes to lay down on her bed, on the bed, on the bed, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna sleep on the couch until I figure this thing out. I go downstairs. My dog follows me, and he's whining, cause he can't sleep. And I take his bed down with me. I go to pray, and I just hear, go upstairs and lay down next to your wife. And I didn't want to do that. But I'm like, okay, lay down next to her. So I go there, and, I'm like, I lay down. Then he's like, um, give her a hug. And I'm like, you know how hard this is? She don't want a hug right now. So I try to soft talk a little bit. I'm like, you know, this is why I'm mad at you. And I said, and I'm like, and she didn't say nothing back. And I'm like, see, Lord, she don't want, she don't want to hear it. And I'm thinking I'm fine. Come in here the next day to pray. I say all this. I say my piece. I read. I pray. And he's like, make sure you. And I'm not a Lord said type of God. I have to make sure that the Lord said this before I say that, before I claim, you know. But he said, make sure you tell your wife you forgive her. Go give her a hug and tell her you forgive her. And I did exactly that. And I don't even remember. I don't even remember what we said from there. But from that point on, it's like our marriage started over. It was like feels like when we first got married again. you know, it was, yeah, all the, God could be fun. We make this hard, like, oh, this is boring, like, and it's just we make it hard because He knows what's right for us, and we don't want to do that. So I mean, now I think like I didn't know I was holding more stuff in this whole time, all this stuff, and when that happened, I guess I added more that I wanted to be mad about, and I just feel like saying that it set us free, you know, So yeah, I mean, we've been like, I've been like, I wasted a lot of time just being mad about things. I wasted a lot of time. We could have been feeling like this the whole time. And I'm not saying her side. I don't know her perspective. I'm not gonna say her perspective. This is completely from my side. She, I'm not accusing her or nothing. I did wrong. I'm saying what I did wrong. So this is my song for today. Lord, I ask that peace be with us as we let go and throw out memories that has hardened our hearts. I leave all the vengeance up to you because you are fair and just. I'm not worthy enough to determine the judgment on anyone, Lord. Forgive me as I work towards a clean heart, Lord. You said that faith as small as a mustard seed can move mountains. Therefore, bless those who have wronged me because I know you've gone ahead of me to move this mountain that has made me struggle for a long time. Today I say no more as I come to you, worry and burden to receive rest. Amen. Love y'all. And continue to work on yourself. It's peaceful, it's love. In the beginning you think of all the things you have to, fix, and just take those baby steps. You don't expect um, someone who had Tyler who hasn't learned how to potty to just you know randomly just know how to potty, clean everything, nothing to worry about. This Tyler can take care of itself. No, you have to still completely work on yourself every day, little by little. I have things to work out. You know, I I'm unworthy if I don't pray every day. If I don't pray on what I have to fix every day, I'm unworthy. It wasn't right for me to hold this hate, this anger for that long. You know, it was a reason why I was there. It was a reason I had to learn things. While I was there, and I took it out on my wife while I was there, my thoughts. And I didn't show it. So, but I just felt like I came home and I felt like, all right, maybe this is it, and it wasn't. You know. So take care. Love y'all.